footballing legacy. They can leave their imprints here today. They're going to be crucial. The big issue here today is who's going to take their chances. Real Madrid with that three-headed Hydra attacking Barcelona's suicidally high back line. That's what Ancelotti wants to see. He wants to see penetration behind this back line. If they can get the ball away from Barcelona, they will try to cut you with 1,000 passes.
Well, ball played back and Piqué coming out. Interesting, actually a little to the left of Mascherano. Dropping back is Xavi Hernandez. And Ray, was it all poker with bluffs between these two coaches leading up to this matchup, or is this just the way the rosters shook out at game time?
We'll see. It's only time will tell, Phil. As you say, Ramos stepping in ahead of Pepe. All sorts of concerns, but Barcelona will play their own way no matter what. And it'll be Ramos, by the looks of the early goings, it'll be shepherding Messi.
Stepping in, Modric, chipping it over the top.
It's a good ball.
Deflects far side, Neymar, the Brazilian with his first touch. Dragging Khedira inside. Passed off to Ramos. Modric with a poke. And now a battle between the two Brazilians. Marcelo said he loves Neymar, but he wants to win more.
It's going to be a big part of this cat and mouse game. And who's the cat and who's the mouse, I'm not so sure. But it will be wonderful to see Dani Alves going tooth and nail against his countryman, Marcelo. They both love to join in, and they will. And Mascherano knows that his back line cannot be really overextended. It's been the biggest concern, and these two goalkeepers as well. Huge, crucial importance placed on them. Victor Valdez has been arguably the best in Spain, but Diego Lopez been absolutely brilliant.
By the way, he has yet to lose to Barcelona, looking for his third straight at the Camp Nou without defeat. Diego Lopez, Piqué, a little dangerous to the outside, but Adriano anticipates. Busquets dropping back in that piston that Pep Guardiola liked. Sneaks it through. Well, knowing Busquets, he might have intended that for Messi. Drives in on Modric. Chipping it, but stepping in at the last moment, Dani Carvajal. Success in Germany hasn't automatically translated back to Real Madrid, but he's got a bit more speed than Arbeloa. Pokes away, and they're going to say off the Real Madrid right back, to his surprise.
Different type of energy. Daniel Carvajal in place of Alvaro Arbeloa. Again, you've got to credit Ancelotti. He's kept this team very much up his sleeve, as if all of the other ones have been mere dress rehearsals, disguised.
To the near side, Mascherano, a bit wider.
Beautiful bravery out of the back from one side of the pitch to the other, using Victor Valdez as the pivot. Good ball.
Trying to sneak it through, but there are the long legs of the young Frenchman Varane. Up steps Adriano, though, weapon after weapon. The cross deflected inside by Carvajal, and Varane will clear. Stepping up Piqué. Hernandez, head swiveling left and right. Finds Fabregas. Ooh. Deflected, Neymar got in the way, or that might have gone in.
Beautiful touch from Cesc. Lovely to control. Chameleon eye, Xavi Hernandez is always a part of it. Sets him up, and he's unhesitant with the strike. Comes across and just takes a deflection. It was a brave whisk at goal. A man that really needs no introduction is the incredible Neymar, the ex-Santos man. And as we look at Tata Martino looking on in his first Clásico, it's different.
Well, he was involved in those Newell's Old Boys Rosario Central games, which can get up there, but even he admitted this is a different universe. And in fact, maybe, again, poker said that Carlo Ancelotti should be used to this.
Good ball by Ramos.
5th minute, Di Maria whips it across, and an easy grab for Valdez.
Usually a lot more accurate than that. A lovely ball from the central midfielder here today, Sergio Ramos, to find Angel. And he's been absolutely dynamite with his service into the box this season. Arguably Real Madrid's best player overall. But got that one wrong.
Into the center, Iniesta. Finds Neymar. Back to Iniesta. Oh, sneaks it in and even caught Neymar by surprise.
Well, it did take him by surprise. He looked away. Iniesta finds him right and straight beautifully.
Now it's Messi. Modric dropping off. By pushing Messi to the right, that means Ramos not right there when Messi gets it.
Modric that was stepping in the way there, and those two playing right across in front of the back four with Khedira. Magic.
Iniesta, Fabregas said the Man U talk at the beginning of the season, just a misunderstanding.
Wonderful sharpness to this game. Barcelona looking very, very sprightly, but great defending by Real Madrid in the early going.
At the edge of the 18, it's Neymar. He can shoot from there, tries to pass, deflected away. Coming back was Gareth Bale, who that might have been his first touch. Here's Ronaldo, who finds the ground. He's had success.
The ball played into Cristiano, and Piqué right up on top of him again. Very risky, but it's in their half, and Piqué feeling that he could follow and track Cristiano and reach in and get the ball cleanly. Did the first part well, but not the final piece.
6 straight trips to the Camp Nou, where Ronaldo has found the scoreboard, trying to make it 7 in a row. Anyway, for all of their success and dominance at home, Barcelona has not beaten Real Madrid in all competitions in 5 straight. Good defense, Xavi. Busquets with a little trickery. Iniesta. Straight to Marcelo.
It's that variation on the theme under Martino, going for the long ball a little bit more nowadays. It's not a huge way away from the tiki-taka, but they've got it in them now to strike the ball over the top.
Lunging tackle, Busquets, but he caught more of Di Maria. Now the question for Undiana Mayenko, it is a yellow. He has not pulled a red this season.
I think it's from behind, and I think it's a little late. Sergio protesting vehemently, but when we see it in replay, and it's right in front of this referee, it's a little bit of a gamble. The wonderful Di Maria accelerates past beautifully. There's not much here. This will be a wonderful angle. He takes the player from that one, that's for sure. Wonderful streaking away, very, very quick player. Di Maria and Sergio resorting to the nasty business card.
Busquets has been with Barcelona since his days at...
These are the situations here for Real Madrid to take advantage of. Barcelona being very vulnerable from set plays.
This will be the left from Di Maria. Bending it towards the spot.
Whoa.
Ramos got a touch, but then they also clatter into Alves.
Good defending this time, at least in challenging Sergi Busquets on one side, Dani Alves on the other. I believe both come in. Dani's a little bit pushing in, but Sergio's already jumped, and they blame Ramos. That one looked as if it was a 6 of one, half a dozen of the other.
Piqué wiggles around the challenge of Bale. You can see Bale actually the one in the center of the park right now for Real. But it's Barcelona on the ball, trying to turn Fabregas, but a good step up Marcelo. Cristiano Ronaldo, every minute for Real Madrid, and half of their goals. Iniesta back to defend.
It's been every time Real Madrid's danger men have even lifted their heads up. There's one, more often two, Azulgrana shirts right on top of them. That's the way Martino has them playing, especially when the game is ratcheted up like this. By far the fastest pace game of Spanish football we've seen this year. The players, the gifted futbolistas, not able to have a split second on the ball and pick an easy pass.
Pepe, the player that stepped up, still not used to seeing him with hair. Maybe it's a Samson thing, because he's probably been the defender that's benefited the most from Ancelotti's arrival. 10th minute, challenging again, Varane. Deflected to the inside. Thought about having a run, Ronaldo.
As you said, Phil, it's Gareth Bale and Ronaldo interchanging in between that central position. And that won't trouble Barcelona too much in terms of who's playing where. It's 6 of one, half a dozen with the other. Bale and Cristiano. Cristiano, of course, the established superstar, and Bale still in his shadows.
Fabregas to the near side. In the center of the park, it's Iniesta cutting back left.
Gale again.
Flipped nicely by the former Gunner. Wide for Neymar. Respect from Real Madrid. Not taking those sharp bites on the ball. Instead trying to keep Barca at bay. Xavi.
Great ball.
On a dime for Messi. Spins back, glued to that left foot.
Cristiano tracking him down in good defensive play from the dark invader.
Alves will switch. Here's Neymar. This is why they brought him in.
Oh.
Neymar sneaks for Fabregas.
Nicely.
Back to the top for Xavi.
Magic.
Neymar for Messi. And Marcelo steps in.
Oh.
Ball kicks off. Out comes Lopez to pounce.
A beautiful football. The best passage of scintillating play that we've seen. It comes from Barcelona. Tiki-taka, carpet tack sharpness there from the wonderful Xavi Hernandez. And 3 or 4 others. Out again, Phil. Los Blancos locking those windows of opportunity at the last second. Wonderful pulsating game that we've got on store here today. It's set out beautifully. You can see Real Madrid being pinned back, of course, in the home advantage. Certainly starting to tell, but defensively, Ancelotti's got them tighter than a Megway snare drum.
Off to the near side for Alves. Good cutback and cover. Well, the former Spurs left back, but given right back to Mascherano.
That last passage of play from Barcelona, that'll show you how incredibly quick and slick their passes are going to have to be to open up this Real Madrid line. They were beautiful in their approach and they still couldn't find a way through.
Peeling off of Xavi, who almost threaded it to Fabregas.
It's a great ball from Xavi, but it's about a yard or half a yard just off target for Cesc to take his first touch, and then he would have been in one-on-one with Diego Lopez. Again, there's that variation from Martino's men. It's always been there. It's been a little bit overhyped lately, but they go on a direct route a little bit more.
Real Madrid have won the last 2 Clásicos, haven't won 3 in a row since 1979. A lot of history could be made today. Here's Khedira. Carvajal. Khedira battling for it, an overhead, almost scorpion-like flick from Iniesta, and it leads to this collision.
Yeah, there's nothing here. Sergio Ramos, it's a fair ball for him to attack, and he gets Neymar on the follow-through, and he goes in with his elbow down low, so the referee's not going to call anything in dangerous play. How much of it was intentional? Hey, it's a Clásico.
There, another one.
That one, yeah.
Forearm shiver, and Ramos in the books.
Well, this one is cynical, and he comes through the Brazilian this time. It seems unquestionable, but he's still protesting anyway. Just moments later, he comes through with a bit more intent by the looks of that. Let's take a look. Certainly worthy of a yellow card if this is intentional. You know what, Phil, is not altogether too much there. Now, take a look, it's down there, and there's not a whole hell of a lot. But immediately following that earlier one from Ramos, the referee's always going to pull the card on you. Well, Sergio, in the heat of the battle in that midfield area, completely different type of scenario for him to adjust to.
15th minute. You mentioned nearly 500 million people around the world, including reportedly up to 70 million here in the States. And I'd like to welcome all of you north of the border. BNSportplay.ca. Coverage also available in Spanish, BN Sport en Español. And again, to all of you driving around, wishing you were at home, listening in on Sirius XM, glad you could be along as well. Trickles through Mascherano, chance for Bale, but he launches it high.
He's nowhere near with the straight through. He's a little bit rash on it. But we've seen him hit pay dirt in his other clubs. And there's the 3-4 players around Cristiano. They know where Real Madrid's bread's buttered, and they're locked down. And there's a little unfortunate for Barcelona, but very fortunate for Real Madrid. It falls to Gareth Bale. Nothing in support, so he chances his arm with a sizzler, but it's a wild hit.
Plenty of action also available at beInSport.tv. Love to see your thoughts. Share them on Twitter as well. Phil Shane, Ray Hudson with you. Glad you could join us for this Classico. And Ray, what a strange start to the season. Martino gets Barca off to their best start ever. Real Madrid a bit shaky under Ancelotti. Then we get to week 10, and there's only 3 points separating them, and Real Madrid could tie for first. Out wide, Carvajal. It's Bale inside the 6, but cleared by Mascherano.
Well, Bale heads it downwards. He might have done better hanging it up a little bit for Cristiano to go up and fairly challenge it. But good attacking on that far side by Carvajal. It's been this man, the Brazilian, that's been the more stay-at-home defender, Marcelo.
Khedira, more the north-south of that midfield trio.
Oh yeah,
Odričem, the east-west.
He can get into the box from one penalty area to the other. Can big Sami Khedira. As you say, Phil, he will be the one given the office to join in support of that trident of Di Maria, Ronaldo and Gareth.
Center circle, Hernandez. By the way, came in tied with Carlos Puyol for most Clásicos ever. Along with Miguel Puyol on the bench today, so in all competition, Xavi now the king of the hill for Barcelona.
Neymar running into cul-de-sacs again. Good protecting from Real Madrid.
Hernandez for Fabregas. Oh. Maybe by intent, wide for Adriano. Neymar can shoot, but fakes back to his left.
Magic.
Cuts back to his right, but a bouncer into the arms of Lopez.
Beautiful hesitation. Thought he might have played the little dagger ball in with his left, but he pulls it back onto his right. Right here. Wonderful. Going one way and then going the other. His shadow kind of keep up with him. He's moving that quick within a couple of yards area. Certainly the sharpest that I've seen Barcelona playing this year. But they're up against an absolute wrecking ball in defence.
Well, the chance for independents making their way around the Camp Nou. It's so much more than just soccer. So many politics over the century plus.
Yeah, that vitriol of the social, political situation that's been there since the Civil War, of course, never ever fades.
Johan Cruyff famously refused Real Madrid to go to Barca and then named his son Jordi.
Magic.
Out wide, Neymar tucks it in, and he's on the board. What a way to start his Clásico career.
The Brazilian pounces, and it's a beautiful goal. And he knows it. Marcelo knows. Bringing Neymar to a footballing match. It's like bringing a gun to a knife fight. Brilliant by Iniesta. The setup is beautiful. He's onside. He's dead level with Pepe. He raises his flag. No. Beautiful ball from Iniesta. Wonderful game, and that ball is heavenly from Iniesta. And a beautiful touch on. It made it come up a little bit off of Varane. But it doesn't matter. From this angle, we'll see it takes a fortuitous little touch. But the ball from Iniesta, when you people with your fancy smashy machines go back and take a look, it is superlative. Absolutely brilliant from Iniesta to set up the brilliant Neymar. What a goal.
Fortune favors the brave, and Barca in front, 20th minute, but here comes Modric. As though the rabbit letting the Greyhounds out of the trap. Now back to the midfield. Ramos.
Well played.
Long pass that Adriano intercepts.
I think the Real Madrid fans will be wanting to see this man, Angel Di Maria, get his game back together. By his standards, he's been having a rough game. His touch hasn't been good, his passing hasn't been good. and he's been such an influence on the way Real Madrid's been playing this season. But of course, Gareth Bale being pretty anonymous in the opening 20 minutes. And Cristiano hasn't seen too much of the ball. He'll always be the main danger. What a wonderful goal from this man's feet. It wasn't, you have to, oh, in again.
Another chance near side for Messi, cuts back to his left. Tried to curl it in back post, but couldn't.
Pepe tracks him down like a cheetah tracking down a gazelle, tracking down, and there he goes. And Pepe does well in terms of hurrying up Lionel. That's good defending. It's urgently done by Pepe, and he just does enough to put off the Pulga. Oh, the ball to find him though.
There's not been a scoreless draw. These teams have not been held scoreless since that 5-0 shellacking a few years back. So Barca has to realize Real Madrid will likely get on the board, and that's why that miss from Messi could prove costly. 22nd minute, Carvajal getting up with a grimace. 8-1-0 for Barca, but coming off of a draw against Osasuna and some other, well, at least by Barca's standards, unconvincing performances. Real Madrid held at Villarreal and then beaten in the Madrid derby. But despite that, Ancelotti has them just 3 points down at the kickoff. Neymar. And if there are any doubts that Neymar was ready to take some of the load away from Messi, he's just answered. Still waiting for Gareth Bale to do the same for Ronaldo.
Yeah, Neymar's definitely fit into the system, fit in to the whole club, and there's been no question on who has fitted in amongst the new signings of the superstars better. It has certainly been Neymar.
Almost sneaks through. Carvajal back quickly.
But Bale is still having his problems with the injuries, so there's plenty of time for Gareth to readjust. Neymar. But this man is just starting to fluff his beautiful footballing feathers.
Xavi looks right, looks left, flips it around, and then decides to pull it back out and try it again. And again, Martino said it would not be Xavi and Iniesta. He was going to give one of them a break.
Oh. It's another good run by Fabregas, and just not being picked out yet again by Javier Hernandez. Look at this run, and this little piece of genius right there, from one foot to the other, and there you see he's clearly onside. And then there's a little fortuitous touch right off of Khedira. And Carvajal, it seemed to be, excuse me.
Now for Busquets, midway through this opening half. Back to Mascherano. No one has won more points from behind than Ancelotti's Real Madrid. They're going to have to try and do it again here.
And in the early going of La Liga, Phil, I think it's fair to say that Real Madrid have looked a little less cohesive under Ancelotti than what Barca have been under Martino, but that's no knock to Ancelotti. He's had a lot to deal with coming in, and trying to integrate Gareth Bale is just one situation. He's come in here tonight with a much more defensive midfield, and it looked like it was going to really, and it may well do, pay dividends, but that piece of magic opened them up, and I'm not so sure whoever he played would have been able to contend with that magic from Iniesta and then Neymar. But it doesn't look as if there's much invention in this midfield so far for Real Madrid. They're going to depend on that trident up front to do the business. He has one of them.
Bale, long legs, not quite long enough to make it around Adriano and company. Well,
good ball.
Maybe the one artist that is out there is Modric.
Could have turned with it there, Gareth Bale. Had that space behind him, and plays a negative ball back. Something we haven't talked about today, Ray, the arrival of Gareth Bale, consider a huge plus for Real Madrid, but part of the cost was Mesut Ozil leaving for Arsenal, and he has been huge in recent matchups against Barcelona. Yeah. Someone needs to step up. Well, there's a couch in the Real Madrid dressing room with a hole that left by the Mesut Ozil, and nobody's been able to fill it. Martino
gesturing to his defense, turning up the heat a bit on Real Madrid. 20 minutes left to go in this opening half. A foot race, and Mascherano wins. For a throw-in.
Intensity about their covering and a focus from their midfield and backline today that will please Martino. Angel starting to get his game back together a little bit more.
Ronaldo tried to sneak it through, but didn't see the third man coming. Here's Messi. Not the speediest, but his mind more than makes up for it.
His shadow can't keep up with him. Draws the defenders in beautifully, he's in again.
Off the throw-in, sneaks it across, and Carvajal saved a second. Here's Marcelo.
Good ball.
In for Modric. This is where the offense has started to get into the panic. That's good news for Barca. Khedira, a good ball for Bale.
Likes it here. Good play.
Gets Piqué on the wrong foot. Got a clean shot, but not on target.
Beautifully set up. And this is where he loves it. This is where he's made his name. Turning, pushing the defender back, getting his sights locked. But his technique goes pear-shaped and into the funny house of mirrors. That's the third effort by Bale, and it's been nowhere close.
Carvajal with that old childhood trick as Adriano slips over. Well, Bale's used to derbies as well. The North London derby, scored 15 minutes on his debut against Arsenal after coming over from Southampton, although Gunners won that one with a second-half comeback. I think Bale would be happy to be kept off the score sheet if Real Madrid could do the same. Khedira draws the foul.
Good play by Sammy, and again he draws the double team as well. Take a look, and that's a fair call. Iniesta, of all people, the choir boy, coming in and creating a risky situation for his defense.
They talked about that there's also no Isco. There's a big hole there. Di Maria trying to fill it here on this free kick. 5 charging into the box. Carries over Valdez, over everyone.
Wholly lackluster performance from Angel, man from Argentina. Sparkling boots all season long, but right now struggling to get into sync with the rest of his team altogether. The front three for Real Madrid very disconnected. In the midfield, just not able to find them with a searchlight.
This the earliest.
It hasn't been cohesive by Real Madrid, Phil. It hasn't been able to connect the passes. Like Isco, he's been the man this season that's been a little bit more involved in pulling the strings, but somebody's got to step up in this midfield for Real Madrid.
17 left in regulation. Bale, a nice ball wide. Khedira has to go a bit wider though. Lifts it over Iniesta. Battling defenders inside, clear only as far as Ramos. Now remember, Ramos came up from Sevilla as a right back, so he is used to pushing forward, but we don't really see him much in the midfield. Ronaldo for Khedira. Bale. Carvajal deflected off Piqué and slid back for Madrid possession. I mentioned, Ray, this is the earliest start on a Saturday in Clásico history, which means Diego Simeone and Atletico enjoying this prior to their showdown against Betis tomorrow. In for Piqué to clear before Ronaldo. Up flies Bale, but his header off target. The stumble against Osasuna opened the door for Atletico, but they could not walk through to the best start ever as they fell against Espanyol, but they could be the big winners here if Real gets the victory and they can beat Betis.
Better spell by Real Madrid. They're starting to knit it together, being locked down impressively by Barcelona, and Alves steps in. He says enough of that.
Sees Neymar, curls it around Pepe, but forces him wide. Barca will build from the flank. Varane over. Oh. Former Lens defender gets toasted, but back quickly.
So quick over those first 2 yards. Poor ball.
Forces the bad pass for Modric to intercept, but he gives it right back to Piqué.
There's nothing on for Neymar. He's really adapted well to keeping the ball, and perhaps a lot of people's opinion being a little bit too unselfish. He's having a sparkle of a game here tonight, half an hour in.
Yeah, Messi almost used as bait, although bait with teeth. Had a couple of good chances here today. Xavi to Iniesta. In for Fabregas, playing that false 9. Hernandez wide now for Neymar Jr. I want to drop the Junior, rapidly turning into the man. Iniesta shows it, then plucks it away, flips it over for Fabregas. Outside of the boot, but couldn't get enough of it.
Iniesta really shining here in the first half hour. Man of the match so far for me, for Barcelona. This is why. Audacious, beautiful scoop pass for Cesca's no way through, and Pepe again being like a demon in the back for Real Madrid. He's got plenty of work to do.
19 straight home wins for Barcelona. Only one loss in their last 60 at the Camp Nou in league. That's just unbelievable.
I said in the preview, the two goalkeepers are going to be huge factors in this game tonight, and Diego Lopez unfortunately got that slight deflection that may have taken it past him, who knows. But Victor Valdez hasn't had too much to work against, has he? And very quiet. Look out.
Iniesta slides wide to the left. That means Neymar is not, but he curls back over against Carvajal. Sees the run of Adriano, but well covered by Bale. Just over 13 minutes remain in first half regulation.
And Real Madrid using a lot of energy, chasing the ball around, trying to fight this possession. It's something you've got to be able to do against Barcelona.
Carries long, coming back and onside, and again those long legs of Bale. Last team to get a point at the Camp Nou was Real Madrid, and that was a draw last October. I think Ancelotti would probably be happy if that happens again, although probably a lot happier if they could get the full 3 points. Last time Real Madrid lost away from home was in Diego Lopez's return match. Have not lost since. That back in February as the Iker Casillas drama continues. Some rumors that he might be moved in the winter window, but for now Casillas says a la Madrid. Here's Varane. Decoys his way past Neymar. In for Pepe. Brazilian-born Portuguese blasting it long. A battle of 22s, and Alves surrenders the throw. Good from Busquets. Pressure from Di Maria. Foot race now, and Messi just got a slow start. Give credit to Pepe for reading that well. Ramos with a deft touch.
Beautiful touch.
Marcelo got stepped on.
He pulled back first and then unintentionally steps on him.
Over to Varane. Still just 20 years of age. Third season already with Real. Many say that Varane Ramos, the long time pairing of that back line. Bad pass from Pepe there, but he's been outstanding with Ancelotti. Both teams trying to pull the rabbit out of the hat, but it doesn't want to come.
Advantage played, good refereeing.
Modric handles Messi's challenge to Bale.
Oh.
Sloppy pass, and Adriano slides through Ronaldo. What's it going to be? another yellow, the third of the match.
Well, Gareth Bale plays it into Cristiano, a little short of the mark, not firm enough into his feet, and it's out there for Adriano to come sliding through, but it's a certain bad tackle from behind. Comes in sliding in and takes the player before he gets anywhere near the ball. And that was led to by good refereeing.
Mentioned no reds from Undiano Mayenko this year, but he does average 4 yellows a game. Only 1 penalty this season, and that one was missed by Diego Costa.
Great opportunity for Real Madrid. Needs to be dropped into a better area.
10 minutes left in the opening half. Piqué, well, if that could be ruled intentional, but Undiano does blow the whistle for the handball.
There's no intention. That hits his head by the looks of it, and it did.
Looks a little like a thumb. Undiano Mayenko, sociologist in his real job, if you want to term it that way. Be an interesting paper to describe this.
Easily picked off.
Adriano, child's play. Hernandez back for Iniesta.
Gareth Bale's not going to do you with Gale. He's going to be relying on that pace and space on that far side, and he ain't coming.
Neymar on Carvajal, leans it to the inside, deflected away from Messi by the defense of Modric. All the way back to Piqué.
The other side of the spectrum, Neymar does it all with Gale. Wonderful confidence from Victor Valdez, playing through the oncoming pressure like he's wearing a pair of slippers.
Neymar.
Good ball.
Is he on? No. And Real Madrid a bit fortunate.
Well identified from chameleon eyes. Picks him out straight away, and he's a half a step, a half a lean over the back line, and that's good refereeing again. Jackrabbit quick from Neymar, and lynx eye vision from Xavi Hernandez.
Sloppy pass that caught Ronaldo unawares. Messi. Upended Neymar.
Carvajal,
and the refs saw nothing.
It's a brilliant ball from Messi, and it looked like Carvajal put a big check across his upper body. And as you say, Phil, the referee is blind by it. He's looking the other way, but Neymar vehemently protesting. I thought in like time that Carvajal comes across him and stops his run. Take a look at it again. Now this is the earlier one, the last replay, but that brilliant ball from Messi could have led to pure gold for Neymar.
Well, Ronaldo just a hair offside on the counter that ensued, or it would have been an even more violent protest.
It doesn't take much to send Neymar down to the ground, and that's what's always been levelled against him in situations like that, even if it is being a legitimate or illegitimate foul on him. The referees are turning away from it, saying he's making too much of it. The little boy that cried wolf, but I'm not sure about that one.
Martino said they were going to talk that out of him. We have seen some times this year where he has fought to keep his feet. Just takes a while to shed that reputation. Lionel Messi is one. I think you could probably attach a tractor to his leg and he'd still try and drag it into the box. 40th minute approaches. There's an example. Neymar shielding well. Mascherano to Alves as they sneak it forward for Fabregas. Wanted it back.
Sparkling football.
Messi, Iniesta, Adriano on the overlap. Messi lurking near the spot. Through the wickets. Just got away from Iniesta. Good tackle Modric, but Barca gets it back. Alves, and it splits the difference. Xavi and Messi shake their head.
Brilliant ball from Dani Alves, looking for the wall pass. Here's the earlier ball from Messi. Take a look. Carvajal spinning him around, but Neymar going down a little bit too easily. There's contact made by Carvajal. Certainly reaches up and grabs Neymar, but really he's got to be stronger and more resolute in getting past that hold and barreling on, but his run was impeded.
Plenty of conversation, I'm sure, for the locker room on Monday. In fact, probably have a bit more of it coming up today. 5 minutes left in this opening half. Soft touch from Busquets to Xavi, sends Messi off. Modric struggling to get back. Now Pepe sliding over, forces Messi wide. Not afraid to put a body on him. Trips him, but it's outside the box.
The referee's assistant's call, it's right in front of him, and nothing in between him and Messi. Pepe and Marcelo on top of him, double teaming him, and Messi has it stitched to his feet as always. And there's the clip. Does he run into Pepe's standing foot right here? I'm not so sure that he does. I think he's taken down right here. Marcelo comes across.
Pepe was right, it wasn't him, but that doesn't mean Messi wasn't fouled. Well, it's not a tricky angle, but with the players that they have at their disposal, it is a dangerous one. How far back does Lopez back off that near post? Because that's just some gaping invitation for Lionel Messi.
Could back off all the way to Idaho when these two are on top of his ball. Anything can happen.
Two men on the wall, cheating over Bale, is trying to put the pieces of the puzzle in place.
You saw Messi go for an unbelievably audacious hit around the wall last week against Osasuna, and he was very close, but this looks like it might be Xavi. Who knows? Pick your poison.
A second goal would be huge for Barca. 18 goals against Real Madrid, tied with Di Stefano for the all-time lead. Ball launched in, deflected away. He'll have to wait for 19. Hernandez lets it go. It'll be a throw-in for Barca. Still not 100%, that hamstring bothering him a bit, which might be another reason why they've pushed him away from the center.
Well played, Alves.
Drags Modric.
Again, Barcelona, they go right back into the teeth of the beast that's facing them. And played all the way back, they'll turn into you.
Another throw-in for Barca. Modric couldn't keep it in. Possession heavily in favor of the home side. The scoreboard by just a bit, but that would be enough.
Modric working so hard defensively in there, and along with Khedira.
Valdez off his line. Bale's going to put him under pressure, and he forces the clearance out for a throw-in. Can they make something of it? They talk about Modric hustling. They have Yaramendi on the bench if needed, and Isco as well. So I have a feeling Modric was told, you're not playing 90 anyway, just leave it all out there. Here's Ronaldo. Loves to go to the line. The cross inside the 6, and Valdez with a super stop. Khedira screaming for a handball, but it was Victor Valdez to the rescue.
It's amazing by Cristiano Ronaldo. This player really defies description so many times, but it's magic by Cristiano to set up that cross for Sami Khedira, who I told you always arrives very late and usually meets the train at the station. It's a brilliant save by Victor Valdez when we look at it again, people. Amazing. Now, was there a handball off of Victor Valdez's save? Was it cannoned on? The referee was at the top of the box. He may not have had a clear look at it, but in his opinion and his official on the far side, is accidental. We'll see.
Just got away.
Unlucky. It's a right ball. But here's this magisterial play from Cristiano. That's a good hit. It rolls on to a hand. It's already down there. Is the arm playing the ball? I don't think so. It just hits the player, and that's you're never going to get that.
But remember, the other way around, Gareth Bale was ruled for an unintentional handball that actually hit his head. Regardless, 45th minute, offside. Guarantee you, in Real Madrid, they probably viewed that one a bit differently, but Undiano Mayenko, just, as I said, one penalty this season called.
I think if the arm had moved to play the ball, Phil, but even when he was down with that hand on the deck, he may have given something, but I don't see how we could have given a penalty there, to be honest, for a handball.
Cleats out for Gareth Bale. Dangerous play as he challenged Piqué for that ball.
Piqué comes quickly. They're both lifting their feet up right here. They're both going to play the ball, but as you see, Piqué's coming across, whereas Bale stepping through with the cleats exposed, and referees always going to give it against the forward in them situations. And nothing too cynical about Gareth Bale's challenge to touch the free ball on, Phil.
Plenty more action coming your way in the second half, but don't forget to stay tuned for the halftime show. Our cast of thousands, Terry Lee, Andres Cordero trying to put them through their paces. Corey Gibbs, Bodo Ilgner, and Ian Joy will be there. And the first half to a close. They'll be with you in a moment, but what a first half. Edge of the seat, not quite ready to jump off of it yet, but Neymar has put Barcelona in front.
A different one piece of absolute scintillating magic to set up the incoming wonderful run provided by Sami Khedira, and that was pretty much it. And what changes now? The coach is keeping with the same lineup, and Real Madrid still waiting, lurking in the long grass to pull this game level.
Cristiano Ronaldo held without a shot for the entirety of the first half. He's never gone an entire La Liga game without a shot, and Real Madrid has never lost a game in which Cristiano Ronaldo has scored. So still a lot to be played as this second half gets underway, and as you said, no changes. So Valdez in net, Alves, Piqué, Mascherano, and Adriano the back line, Busquets, Xavi, and Iniesta in the midfield, cessed between Messi and Neymar.
Wonderful from Gareth this time, but great covering from Adriano. This is where he usually loves it. Cristiano-like, but he doesn't have that final warp speed acceleration past Adriano, kind of kiss it past him the way Cristiano usually does. But a bright start right out the locker room from Las Blancos.
That's Di Maria, his 100th game for Real Madrid. A cross, and Valdez with an easy grab, and he's looking long. Ball out wide, but a bit too far. Marcelo will gather. Diego Lopez, again, has not lost to Barca. Flipped wide by Khedira. Carvajal, Varane, Pepe, and Marcelo the back line. Ramos, Khedira, and Modric. Di Maria, Bale, and Ronaldo.
Handball by Modric, looked in live time. As always, the modern day player is always complaining that's his.
Real Madrid has not been held scoreless at Barcelona since they were pounded back in 2010. Kind of funny thing is, Messi was not involved in the scoring, at least not directly, even though he was man of the match. Ramos.
Well, calling for a yellow card, which wouldn't be good news for Sergio, but referee wisely, I think correctly, doesn't put the man on a red card after his second automatic. But it's a dodgy challenge, certainly, and Khedira's protesting too much.
And he's getting into it with Piqué. Again mentioned, Undiano has not thrown out a player this season.
Sergio would tell him just to calm down. There's a little step through. He clips his World Cup winning, World Cup scorer Iniesta, and Busquets spitting the verbals at Khedira. And Khedira don't like whatever Sergio's saying to him.
Busquets and Adriano, Ramos and Bale with yellows. Remember, it was some of those heated controversies. What was it, 16 matches over a 2.5-year stretch? It's been 8 months since these two sides have played. That's practically eternity compared to recent years. But things had gotten so heated that Iker Casillas felt he was forced into a role of peacemaker. Might have been good for Del Bosque in Spain, but put him on the wrong side of Mourinho.
Wonderful calmness from Valdez and the onrushing Di Maria.
Alves leaves, Messi inside. This is the best we've seen Iniesta this year.
You're right there, Phil.
Threads it for Alves, who gets tangled up with Pepe right in front of the assistant.
Alves saying it's not intentional, and within his heart of hearts, I think he knows that he probably is. A little bit of gamesmanship here from Danny. You step across a player like this with your arms up, it's looking like it's unintended. Now he hears the flag go up and has a laugh. But if it was at the other end of the field, Danny would be complaining.
7-1-1, 19 goals scored, 9 allowed. That's third best in La Liga in both counts. Barcelona 8-1-0, coming off that scoreless draw against Osasuna before the break. 28 goals for, 6 allowed. That's tops in La Liga. But again, if Real Madrid can pull 2 out of their hat in the second half, they would be tied on points, potentially for the lead, depending upon what happens with Atletico Betis tomorrow. Piqué soars. Khedira got there first.
Much more aggressive approach from Real Madrid here, starting to push Marcelo and the lads from that midfield into better threatening positions.
The back heel, but he didn't have the supporting run.
Little bit overhit. Marcelo holding his run. Cristiano thought he was off to the races. Lovely cutback, brilliant control. That's a piece of stardust there from the Portuguese man.
And 15 of Real Madrid's 31 goals for Ronaldo. Fell shy of Messi in the race for Spain's Pichichi last year. It looks like he's trying to make sure that doesn't happen.
Well, as you see, Phil, scored in the last 6 visits to Camp Nou as Cristiano, and still looking Real Madrid's most threatening player.
Almost 99,000 in attendance here today.
Yeah, they're wearing Di Maria out at the back there, pulling him in and teasing him with their possession. People will say it's risky, but it's just Barcelona to the manner born. It's the way they play it. That's a bad ball from Mascherano.
Modric quickly to Khedira.
Good ball.
The Stuttgart man finds Ronaldo. Back to Khedira.
Magic.
Edge of the 18. Back post is Bale. Finds him. Back to the middle, but cleared by Piqué.
Brilliant from Sami Khedira. Cristiano sets him up beautifully. Again, Bale's header just drops into nowhere land. A tremendous opportunity engineered by Sami Khedira for Real Madrid.
Xavi cutting back against the grain. Sees the run of Alves, but well covered. Might be Alves' final home Clásico. Some rumors that he might be leaving. There's Victor Valdez as well has said he wants out, but what a performance this year. Neymar
Nicely.
wants it back. Instead, it's Messi.
Takes it off Xavi.
Far side, Alves tries to chip, deflects off Marcelo. Driving is Iniesta, but deflected away. Back to midfield, Piqué standing strong. Iniesta again, a golden touch. Call him Midas, not Andres. 53rd minute.
It's wonderful football by Real Madrid. Neymar setting up a beautiful opportunity. He plays it into Messi at the top of the box, who pushes it back. I think it was for Xavi. Another runner from Barcelona comes in and takes it away. Look out.
Neymar to the goal line. Covered. Stretching Varane and Pepe. Intercepted. And the fortunate bounce for Busquets.
A rapier football that was earlier from Barcelona. Incredible in tight spaces, and again, but
good
that final pass just not able to fall into the hole for them. Real Madrid still hanging around and still coming out of their long grass a lot more in this second half.
Neymar, bit of a limp as he gets back into position. He's already put his name on the scoreboard, but I guarantee you, Martino would love to keep him out there.
He'll be fine. He'll be fine. Very little to stop that man playing from that last challenge. He's got good bench to go to if it needs. He's got space here, Cristiano.
Plays it square, a little behind. Di Maria tries to bring it back under control, but can't. Here's Mascherano. Choppy steps of Messi, but it never reaches him. Put on again. Well, you talk about the bench. Pedro available. Alexis Sanchez, who's been, well, as you say, electrical this season. Down to the corner for Bale. A little bump from Mascherano. Not enough to draw the whistle. Andiano saying, you're a big guy. Dropping it in.
Oh.
He's found his feet.
Oh.
But he also found the hands of Lopez, who screams it, but on.
Straight at him. Doesn't get an angle on the shot. It's a hard one to connect with, but he does so brilliantly, Neymar. Fabulous ball from Mascherano over the top. And Diego Lopez stands his ground and spreads himself.
Now Khedira trying to stretch Adriano. It's Ronaldo. Stutter steps to his left. A little bump from Xavi, enough to throw him off.
Whatever Carlo Ancelotti said at half-time's done the trick for Los Blancos. The merengue is really coming out much more aggressive, better focused, more cohesive. That final ball still not there to open up Barcelona in the back line, but it's better from Real Madrid.
Here's Adriano. Sees Xavi in the middle. 38 Clásico, breaking a tie with Raúl and Hierro, behind only Manolo Sanchez and Paco Gento. And by the way, a happy 80th birthday for Gento this week. Real Madrid's most famous number 11. Looks like Otamendi could be loosening up on the sideline.
Here's that wonderful ball from Iniesta, excuse me, I thought it was Mascherano from the back, but a brilliant ball, drops into a thimble. It's like putting a pint of beer into a shot glass, and he does it. Illusionista, Iniesta puts it on an altar for Neymar, and he couldn't just get that couple of degrees off the smack shot, and here's the chance.
Well, a bit of a surprise that it's Ramos, but he is carrying that yellow card, so that might have been what keeps Pepe out there.
Yeah, I've certainly been sent out with a lot more, as I said, aggressive approach, and I think you're right, Phil. And it's like for like in a lot of ways. Ramendi, Sergio is not going to have that range, but this kid on the ball is probably a more artful player for finding the pass.
We also have Isco available, but that would have been further upfield, and maybe Ancelotti thinking that would open too many holes at the other end.
Well, that's certainly one that I'm sure he'll go to. Wonderful little Isco, who's definitely one with that type of brilliant vision to open up and that guile to guide past players, but Ancelotti keeping that joker in his hand.
Carvajal slamming into Neymar, who again hits the turf hard. Otamendi, just 23, part of that Real Sociedad squad that shocked Spain last season. Decleated was Carvajal. Former Real Madrid youth player brought back. He's still just 21. Ray, when you think about it, we've been kind of calling that PSG Monaco match El Clásico or Le Cachique. There might not be a more expensive starting 22 than we've seen here today. By the account of the transfer fees, nearly $750 million. And that doesn't include players like Valdez and Messi.
Good ball!
Chance now for Ronaldo. Blasted and pushed wide, Valdez. Di Maria looking on frustratedly, but Ronaldo with a golden chance.
Well, the addedness of Real Madrid capitalises on a bad giveaway from Iniesta. Modric finds him, one touch to control, he drips Sonny on, it's a brilliant shot, and it's an absolutely magisterial save from Victor Valdez, who's down to it like a jungle cat. Brilliant from Cristiano, even more magical from the goalkeeper from Barcelona.
It's Di Maria, but a game of catch with Valdez.
Stinger shot from the Argentina man. Man alive. Are they going to miss him? Wonderful technique. That one, never going to really worry him. Directly at him and always heading away, but the earlier save from Cristiano, Phil, absolutely jaw-dropping stuff from the wonderful Victor.
And that's Iniesta getting tripped up, and it is Khedira who's going to have to do a bit more of that dirty work. It's easy with Ramos out.
Easy to remember all the Barcelona greats. They used to play the Cruyffs and the Maradonas, but it's this man in goal in between the sticks here today. Barcelona have never had a player in that position as great as Valdez, holds all the records, certainly living up to his mark, and he's never played better. They needed him there.
Well, the man who used to be the best goalkeeper, Zubizarreta, now the sporting director, and I think he'd probably be the first to agree with you. In fact, his big job is to try and convince Victor to stay.
Bad giveaway.
The clearance, but it's deflected near side. Di Maria with a burst.
Great make-up by Adriano.
Well, it looks like Karim Benzema taking a last sprint, so that will change things up for Real. They've already used one sub, though, trailing by one. Iniesta, but he couldn't get it through. Pepe again. Now it's Modric. Trying to drive into Barcelona a bit in the second half.
A bit. There's a lot more. They're really getting through Barcelona. And here they come again. Great play from Marcelo. Got options.
Sees Bale inside. Goes wide to Ronaldo. Alves trying to stay with them. Square for Modric. The back heel to Yaramendi. Again for Modric. Spots the run of Carvajal. And again Adriano. Converted winger from his time at Curitiba. Started at Sevilla, but polished in Barcelona.
Some work from Barcelona needs to be done from Tata Martino. They're being overrun. The midfield, the back line of Real Madrid starting to join in. Carvajal, Marcelo starting to come into this midfield and create chances like this. That's an incredible save. He gets all the power. He maybe have done with a couple of degrees of extra placement, but against most goalkeepers in the world, it's in the back of the net. And the disappointing big Classico debut of Gareth Bale is put to an end.
Well, in that showdown, Neymar scored in the 19th minute. Bale substituted in the 60th, but Karim Benzema, well, let's just say it wasn't exactly a rousing cheer he got when he exited the field in midweek. Now a chance to make up for it against Barca.
In the most incredible way. If Benz can hit the back of the net here today, and he is capable.
Nice from Busquets. Starts this from Messi, keeps it alive to Fabregas. Onside Neymar, around Varane, but he sweeps wide with those long legs to send it out for the corner.
Beautiful touch into the box here from Fabregas, leads him beautifully. And then this is brilliant from the French international. Comes across with full confidence. No indication of any penalty there. Brilliant from Rafael.
First corner for Xavi. Benzema, transfer rumors swirling into the edge of the six cleared. Some saying could be 50 million or more. Play on, says the referee.
It's a good counter.
Advantage. Benzema made that run to the left flank, but the pass forces the retreat. They let Higuain go.
The space is opening up for Real Madrid now. Barcelona look like a set of marbles out there.
Chance for Yaramendi, wide for Benzema. Slight deflection on the cross, almost finds Ronaldo.
Again, they're picking up all the pieces.
Marcelo hit the second time, but right in front of the ref. This time, Pepe knocking Messi down. No foul, no card, but it is a foul.
Quick feet by Messi, just eludes Pepe as he steps in. Take a look. This is the earlier one.
By the way, I mentioned Higuain.
There's the wonderful Messi Gale holding, and that's a free kick, boss.
Well, substitution making some difference here.
Oh, his half-time team though made a difference, and this crowd recognising it. This 1-0 game is right on a high, thin ledge now. Barcelona looking to try to reassert the tiki-taka.
Messi dragging in again. Pepe finding the gap. Khedira a little lazy and almost stripped by Fabregas. Messi takes it away from Marcelo, held back by Yaramendi, and another whistle and another yellow.
Well, Messi getting the better of Marcelo here. Not too sure why Messi just didn't stab the ball in to Fabregas, who was open. And take a look at it again. Messi wins it back fair and square, and there's the Fabregas run. He's wide open, but Leo just cannot get within the ball. Take a look. Here's Fabregas off to the races. That's where I thought he might have been able to play Cesc in, but Illarramendi and Marcelo right on top of him.
Diego Lopez, as you said, down a double-barreled shotgun. Xavi with the pass to the danger men at the back post. And Messi to keep you honest. A good 30 yards out from an angle. Lopez cheating off his line by a couple of steps. It'll be Xavi looking for Piqué. Well covered by Pepe. Carvajal done well, but it won't be for naught if Real can't find a goal here. A little bump takes Ronaldo off stride. Benzema with a quick restart. Mentioned Higuain, but he was a pickup from Ramon Calderon, and when Florentino Perez came back, everyone talks about Kaká and Ronaldo. It was Benzema who was his third pickup, and still a Florentino Perez favorite. Ramendi to the center. Pepe. Good cut back for Modric. Slip through for Di Maria, and it just got away.
Dynamite little ball from Modric. I'm not sure if he intended it for Angel Di Maria or Benzema, but it finds its target, and Angel's touch is like an anvil, and it takes the ball way away from him. A brilliant opportunity carved out from this more threatening Real Madrid now that's starting to really show their fangs.
Good touch, Khedira lifting for Benzema, shoulder to shoulder, says the ref, as he collides with Adriano. Xavi holding off. Back for the Brazilian. Foot going in the wrong direction for Neymar, so Adriano steps up.
Adriano looking at his midfield saying, where you gone, guys? I mean, this second half performance is what most people expected of Real Madrid when Bale was in there, but this has been a rejuvenated side. It's come out of the locker room.
Hanging on by a bit more than a thread, Barca with the lead, but desperately trying to staunch the flow. And it looks like Alexis Sanchez is starting to loosen up. Iniesta.
Nothing there.
Thought there'd be a foul. There wasn't. Busquets again. Alves in a battle. Back to Victor Valdez. Lifts it over Ronaldo. Just
beautiful.
Like he pulled out the protractor. Midway through the second half. Carvajal with a good step in. Now it's Khedira, but it got stuck. Now to the German. Di Maria back for Khedira. In on Piqué and out for the throw.
Pressing so high now, Real Madrid, gambling a little bit, but it's paying dividends in much more serious threats, right, left and centre.
Marcelo, Piqué just too tall. Second effort. Afraid of offside, Ronaldo and Khedira retreat. Illarramendi. Messi.
Brilliant.
Pepe off balance.
Beautiful.
Neymar to his right, looks left. Fabregas chugging, slides to keep it alive. And Carvajal pulls it out of the fire.
And Messi wanted to play Neymar in, but it was well covered by Real Madrid. He sends out a really overweight ball to the left. And here come Los Blancos again.
Benzema.
Battering away here.
The dam holding so far.
Yeah, but they're using this midfield like an anvil. They're hammering away. Modric. I might be surprised if Tata Martino turns to his bench now, Phil, because Real Madrid's pushing so high, and as I said, it's producing much more danger. But you can imagine if a fresh set of legs, the likes of Pedro or Alexis Sanchez come in, it could hurt them.
That drum beat in the background, almost Game of Thrones-like, as they're trying to knock down the castle wall.
Better ball, the Rover loaded on this side again.
Modric wide, but Marcelo looking. It's Benzema! And he sends it high, but he'd run over Adriano in the process.
Beautiful ball in for Big Benz to feed on. And so where his season's going, he's picked out beautifully. He's onside. And there's not that much of a push, it seemed, in lifetime, but there's no need. The ball is exquisite for the big Frenchman to attack. And either way, his placement is nowhere near. And just as it predicted, the extra pace, electric Sanchez comes in to replace the impressive Fabregas, who had a good game tonight, Phil.
Well, this will shake things up in more ways than that. Will it be Messi or will it be Neymar who slides into that center spot? Remember, there's no Ramos anymore. So that perhaps opens things up a bit. Remember, beIN Sport Play. That's beinsportplay.tv and beinsportplay.ca. For those of you in Canada, head to the websites and check it out. Extra camera angles and streams.
Good ball!
Almost threaded through for Neymar, but Carvajal got there first.
Carvajal, beautiful cover. Another tremendous ball from Messi, which was close to being perfect, but great play from the Real Madrid youth man.
Bangs off it on. It slows the pace just enough. Screaming for a handball, Alexis, but no.
Sanchez, a wonderful understanding with Lionel Messi that's been building and building ever since his arrival. Good ball into Benzema, and again.
Di Maria with the one touch.
Oh!
Ronaldo bodied over by Mascherano.
Oh, this is very, very close. And it looks like a certain penalty to me in lifetime, Phil. Mascherano comes right through the back of Cristiano. It's a brilliant ball to find him, but the referee has a clear look and doesn't give it. It looked a penalty for me. He comes through the back of the player, right into him, just when Cristiano's in full stride and he's got the ball in playing distance.
You're dropping it back. Aramendi. Real has to shake that off. Di Maria. Ronaldo getting involved. He's available on the trail. 8 goals the last 6 trips to the Camp Nou, but scoreless today. In fact, without a shot.
Good play.
It's Benzema. Oh! That one scraped the paint off.
It
the
absolutely
rebound headed easy.
Blissed at this crossbar. And that's more like it from Big Benz. He does everything right. It's a beautiful turn. They give him way too much space. And that is accuracy to the nth degree. A cross between an absolute rapier hit and a sledgehammer. That's a penalty for me, Phil. I'm sorry. It's got to be called, and it is not. Mascherano gambles. Cristiano cannot believe it. And I'm in his corner carrying his spit bucket on that one.
Well, there have been complaints that Real or Barca get the referee's calls, but that's one that Ronaldo should have had. Undiano, again, just one penalty called all year. That was a locked-on second. Here's Iniesta wide for Neymar. In on Carvajal to his shooting boot. Finds Messi. Can't get through Carvajal. That means Neymar has some space. Wide for Sanchez, the Chilean.
Bad ball.
Deflects for Iniesta. Off the thigh. Drags the defense. Bangs off Carvajal. Pinballs over to Aramendi. And they call that one for a foul.
There's the wonderful hit from the Frenchman. That's got goal written all over it, but it's not spelled in French. Unlucky from Benzema, who could have become an instant welcome back boy for Real Madrid. So unlucky.
Instead, the boot of all jokes, perhaps, at least for now. 75th minute. That's a good sign, though, for Real and Ancelotti. Been involved and now dangerous.
Oh, they've been resurgent, Phil. Good.
Oh, almost. Playing with fire, Pepe. Aramendi bumped. This time, the whistle silent. Iniesta.
Sanchez looking very ominous since he got in as well. Good ball.
Drags the defense, wanted it back. Good read, Marcelo. Alves bending it in. Pepe gets in the way. Xavi drops.
Magic.
Gets it back. Sends
Beautiful.
it wide. Alexis, a bit of a push.
Those threaded balls in all game long, 74 minutes in from Barcelona. They've been close to exquisite, but Real Madrid shutting them down with outstretched toe pokes, outstretched cleats, and just doing enough to shut them down. Wonderful Classico game. It hasn't needed the verbal vitriol or the nasty build-up of eye gouging and all of that. It's been beautifully played out in Shakespeare dramatic fashion. I still say, in my opinion, the game should be level. Real Madrid at penalty. And if it's not in the stars in them situations, Phil, you wonder, can the lady look back on their side?
Well, is it in themselves?
Oh,
They've still got
certainly
15 minutes.
In this second half, they've been tremendous, the Whites.
Pushed wide by Sanchez. Messi, as the chant sings, laid back by Xavi, deflects to Iniesta. Bit of a gap. Oh, Piqué loves it up here. Wide for Neymar. Trying to drag to the goal line and cross instead.
The ball.
Back for Iniesta. Deflected and over Lopez's net.
The quickness of Neymar. This is why they brought him in, not just for all of his hocus pocus, but that type of quicksilver passing. A beautiful ball played into him, and it was appreciated and nearly detonated. Hesse about to enter.
Dynamic, but what was it Mourinho said? He's a 9.5. We don't play a 9.5. Well, Ancelotti does math a bit differently. Hesse's looked good this year. Di Maria exits the pitch. Quarter hour remains. Barcelona's 19th minute from Neymar. Hold on. Again, welcome to those of you in Canada on beInSportPlay.ca, around the nation, around North America on Sirius XM Radio. Alex Song getting set to check in as this will try and put a thumb in the dike. Iniesta will exit, arguably his best game of the year, and the fans appreciate it.
Wonderful architect for the first goal, with a piece of absolute true footballing genius when you look at it again. It's not the final pass off of his foot, it's the touch to set up the pass that is just breathtaking from the one and only Iniesta. And now a different approach from Tata Martino, sending in Alex Song to try to subdue the threat of Hesse, because he is a threat.
Ball flipped in. Messi dragging to his right foot, gets it across, but on deflected, and then finally clears. Messi was keeping everyone guessing. Alves just drives in on Pepe, and the collision will lead to a foul.
Well, he's made his mind up, and he comes barreling in like a true wrecking ball here. Alves is pretty reckless in its way. It's pretty brave as well, especially against that man. And he's got his mind made up that he's coming along. The elbow raised by Pepe, because he sees out the corner of his eye the Brazilian coming in, and he weren't going to stop.
Alex Song, the 26-year-old Cameroonian, brought over from Arsenal last year. Not the greatest of debuts, but he's looked much better this season. Here's Neymar, spots the run. Sanchez in a foot race, inside Varane, back to his right foot. The chip, absolutely magical. The Camp Nou erupts as Barcelona in front by 2.
With just being bedazzled by right foot genius and discourse. And it's from the wonderful electric Sanchez, who could light up the grid of Spain after this. Brilliant holding. He's got Varane dead to right, and he chips the goalkeeper. He puts this one with this rainbow pass in the pot of gold. It's magisterial. There's no other word for it. He's got it all to do, and he's accurate to the nth degree. He's off running like He's got a lobster down his shorts, but then he puts the ceramic brakes on and then takes the gravity of the moon and the planets into consideration and then chips this one gloriously. What a goal! Electric Sanchez, we applaud you. Astonishing skill. Brilliant.
Less than 9 minutes after stepping onto the field, he's on the scoreboard. Ronaldo doesn't like it. He's still upset about that penalty that wasn't called, that could have tied the match. Instead, the mountain now twice as high.
Well, he should be annoyed. There's no denying it. A pivotal moment was that situation when Mascherano drove into him, and that's the yellow card given for the verbals, like Mussolini at the balcony from Cristiano, but you can fully understand it. Oh, good
Took
play.
some of the pressure off.
Good overlap.
But Real trying to put it back
ball.
on.
Magic.
Benzema kicks for Hesse. Deflects off Song. Rodriguez again. Edge of the area, Modric. All hands on deck as Alves clears to midfield.
Great response from the Merengues again. And it'll be that way for the next 15 minutes. Real Madrid full of pride and will go down if they do, fighting and swinging to the last breath. It's usually when Real Madrid gets stronger in these situations. Here they come again.
Haven't been shut out since that 5-0 embarrassment. This has not been embarrassing.
Good ball.
Frustrating though. Hesse and Song launches himself to clear.
Hesse's got nice targets inside of him, but they're all covered up.
Ray, on that goal from Alexis, looked like he had the speed to burst past Varane. Thought he might have let Real off the hook when he stopped and cut it back to his right, but he knew what he was doing. And then some. From the corner, cleared by Piqué. Hesse could not get a foothold in the area. Modric cleared by Piqué again. Driven on the volley, but it wasn't going to drop. Questions about Pepe, he's been solid. Questions about Piqué, and he's been outstanding. Mascherano, though, just a bit fortunate.
He can complain, and sometimes he doesn't have an axe to grind. This time, in my humble opinion, he did, because I'm not so sure that at the other end of the penalty box, at the other end of the field, that wouldn't have been given if that had gone against Messi. I think the referee would have given it. I've got to say,
I think Undiano's probably a little fortunate Ronaldo doesn't have a sharp axe in hand. 82nd minute, ticking to a close.
well, as I said, I called the substitution before it was made, and it's paid off like a full house at poker. Brilliant coaching from Tata Martino, and the Chilean international absolutely answers his bugle call with a piece of truly outrageous, magnificent football.
Sanchez took forever to score his first goal in league last year.
There's more speed about to enter in the shame of little Pedrito.
Already got 5 this season. Song with a long boot. Now the short touch.
Play.
Poked away by Modric, who's been solid. Looking for Hesse, trying to get the inside angle, but Adriano and Piqué team up.
Oh, well played, Piqué.
So much for a sore thigh. Only thing sore right now, Real Madrid. Hospital ball. Marcelo didn't step up. Alves did. Ronaldo back on defense. Through the wickets, Dani Alves into the 6. Kick save by Lopez.
Pullback was on for Xavi Hernandez, and Dani Alves ignores him in the hope that it would be his name in glory. Brilliant here. Ceramic breaks, and he emasculates Ronaldo here. Sees the target, but look at this pullback here for Xavi, who just peeled away from Marcelo like skin on a tangerine. The ball isn't delivered. Neymar getting a hero's reception and thunderous applause. A man that steps up to the pressure in a way that totally eclipsed his opposite debut man, the world record signing
Gareth Bale?
Gareth Bale, Christian Bale. I'm thinking Batman again. Unbelievable. Excuse me, people.
A rain cloud perhaps over Bale's head, but a rainbow over Neymar's as he exits to the heroes. Welcome to the bench. 85th minute.
Still out there, though. Oh.
Xavi. This would be his 14th Clasico win. Messi just didn't have the angle. Didn't mention Ronaldo's been outstanding. Already 7 Champions League goals this season for Real. 15 of the 31 in all. Song stepping in, plays it square.
A wonderful interception, but then he has a rush of blood. No obvious target inside of him. Tries to force it a little bit. Well played, Modric.
And then dumped by Alves. Gareth Bale, just 2 shots, neither on target. Ronaldo had 1 that Valdez had to worry about, and if you could shut those 2 down to 1 shot on goal for 85 minutes, Martino would take that in a flash.
And the way Benzema has been shining, Real Madrid's got to start feeling the big Benz. He's been sharp, and he's really responded to the bugle out of position a little bit here, but willing to play the part and drifting away. But again, Phil, this game ain't over. Long way from it. Excuse me.
Since he put that shot on
the ball
frame,
again. Nicely!
Threading it through. Khedira denied at the top of the 6.
Khedira has Cristiano Ronaldo wide open. Benzema again's a danger man. It's a brilliant ball fed in, but look at the man on the back post. Cristiano's got to have it there. He goes for the hit, and it's never in his repertoire, but that man is waiting for an absolute tap-in. Makes a hard, hurtful run into the right area, and Khedira's got to play it to that back post.
And if he didn't find Ronaldo, Hesse was wide open. Instead, tried to be the hero himself. I was going to say Benzema, since that shot that hit the crossbar, has not had a chance. Real Madrid not able to find him in a dangerous situation. That time playing provider, he almost cut into the lead. Pedro stepping in, and a good start to the season for Pedro Rodriguez. And it's important to get off to a good start. He knows that from last year. With so much talent at Barcelona's disposal, it's easy to get lost in the shuffle. 87th minute ticking. Adriano upended by Dani Carvajal. After the scoreless draw against Osasuna, after the disappointment against Milan, Barcelona answering a lot of questions. Still unbeaten. Another chance to the inside. Adriano maybe getting a bit greedy. Now for Benzema.
Well played. Oh.
Good cutback by Sanchez. Stepping in, Iaramendi, but he gives it right back. Well, there might not be that much controversy. Maybe the handball in the first half that probably wasn't. The penalty in the second that probably was. But Monday on the locker room, English and Spanish, this will be shredded apart. And I have a feeling Carlo Ancelotti might not feel too comfortable by then. But still a long way to go. And their ability to come into this game just 3 points down has to give them some hope.
Well, there'll be questions against Ancelotti, Phil, if his team don't bail him out here for a starting lineup, because whatever he did in this second half in this locker room really did put on a totally different complexion for Real Madrid, and this man was a big part of it. Modric leads away, Alexis reaches in and catches Luka before the ball.
Victor Valdez doing everything he can to keep that clean sheet. When they do finally break through that back line, he's been splendid. Does Barcelona make that winter push to find his replacement, just to give him time to learn at his feet? Is it possible to talk him out of his decision to leave? But that is a huge hole staring Martino in the face for next year. Adriano and Jesse. Linesman kept the flag down. Adriano in disbelief. 90th minute underway. Marcelo pokes it free, but not far enough. Sanchez to Pepe.
Arguably the best goal Barcelona scored at Camp Nou this season, in a different way, because it was the individual magic of Sanchez that just absolutely, well, you heard the response from this crowd. They're used to brilliant goals, but that one was something individually brilliant. Again, Benzema having a stormer.
Far side, Jesse.
Good ball!
Inside from Ronaldo. It's Jesse through the wickets and under. Valdez to the back of the net. Jesse ends the shutout, and with 2.5 minutes left, there's still life in Madrid.
Jesse rose the white machine back. As we said, he might. This is brilliant by Cristiano. The ball into Jesse is caressed, touched, and it struck directly at him. Brilliant warp speed attack from the Dark Invader. Sets up the kid. The kid rasps it home. And Victor Valdez spills it. But Benzema deserves full credit as well. He was the first one to start the passes falling, the dominoes falling, and Real Madrid might still get something back out of this.
And you wonder what might have happened if Jesse had been on at the start. They broke the bank to bring in Gareth Bale, and they might have had someone just as good in their own backyard.
This Camp Nou crowd a little nervous now. No question about it. Every possession that Real Madrid get, it's full of threat. They're gambling, putting everyone forward.
Pedro
but
taking
now
it
Pedro
to the corner.
trying to kill it.
Inside, Otamendi still keeps his feet, and he was fouled in the process. Real Madrid didn't want that, because this will give Barca a chance to bleed the clock.
Every classic goal so full of thrills and spills like no other game on earth, and little Jesse comes out, and as you say, Phil, just says to the Presidente, there's no need to spend 100 million euros. You've got a good one in me, but it doesn't matter.
What a way to get your debut goal.
Yeah.
50 seconds left. This will probably add a bit of time as Messi goes around to Otamendi into the 18, drops it back, stepping in Alves, but Modric throws his body in front, still out for the corner as the sand continues to drop.
And Messi again. Real Madrid defender starting to make the sign of the cross on their chests when he gets the ball. And he laughs at them all, but look at the pass again. Again, incredible fly's eye vision from Messi deep into this game, showing why he's won 4 Ballon d'Ors in a row. Amazing skill.
Goal from Jesse means both teams have now scored for 14 straight Clásicos, but Barcelona scored more. Marcelo with the touch. They're going to say off Messi, but the whistle blows not for a goal kick, but for the end of the game. The 2 goals from Neymar and Alexis surpass that from Jesse, and Barcelona victorious.